Do you think that's part of what's happening in the kind of the second halves, is the last couple of games, or where do you see that trend in how they're able to eventually pull away?
Yeah, again, it's a strength of their team.
JJ, when you guys go from the lead and they went on that 21-5 run to start the third, what was not happening other than not making shots?
Well, again, the turnovers, we lower number, but they still scored 30 points off those turnovers. I think we had 5 of them in the third. I think all of them actually led to them getting fast break transition baskets. I don't know what they ended up being, but I know at one point they were 11 of 17 from 3 in the second half. You're not getting stops; it's harder to score. But again, the MVP is 18, 22, 7 of 20 tonight, and they've kicked our ass 3 straight games. They're an incredible basketball team.
JJ, beyond what you saw in Game 2 that led you to share your post-game thoughts, sometimes coaches will try to plant seeds to change the tide of a series. Did you feel like the officiating, there was any impact in it compared to last game after your remarks?
No, again, I said after the game we didn't lose that game too because of the officiating. Just pointing out some discrepancies. That's all.
JJ, what was your message to your team down 3-0, knowing that you guys have done some stuff very right, and to your words,
third straight game, we're right there after 2.5 quarters, and we tried different lineups, tried different coverages, still lost those minutes again. We've got to be better, but I'm not giving up on the series, and we're going to go try to win on Monday. We're going to try to extend the series, and we're going to try to take this thing back to OKC.
Was that kind of did you sense any of that energy from your group already?
No.
Not yet. No, I'm sorry. Like that they still have fight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
JJ, how many different things have you had to try in this series, like compared to a typical series? Or I know there's a 7-game series, there can be a lot of adjustments, but just even in these first 3 games, like Maxi's out there today, Duke was out there early.
Again, I think it's typically if you can poke holes at a team in a playoff series, there's a good chance they might have like a temporary solution or can sort of adjust maybe a little bit. This team in game, because of their personnel, can just adjust like that. They need shooting on the floor, great. They need multiple wing defenders on the floor, great. They need 2 bigs on the floor, great. They're a terrific basketball team. I said that before the series. Been very impressed with them. Still think we can beat them, but we got to be better.
Does that make you how does that make you feel as a coach? Like you can try all these things, but sometimes it doesn't matter in a way.
It doesn't matter how I feel.
JJ, you guys have obviously shown resiliency all season. Down 0-3, what is the message for Game 4, and how much different is it than anything else that you've said in the past?
It's the exact same message I just told to Dan. I think I was verbatim what I told the team. So.
Thanks, Coach.
Their bench is solid, the most solid bench I've seen in a long time, and they play good basketball. And some of those turnovers were forced by Oklahoma. They played really physical defense. I give them a lot of credit. The Lakers tried the best they could with what they have. Just didn't have enough, Geeter. Without Luka, without his specialty, it puts a lot of pressure on Austin Reeves. And that Oklahoma defense is just really good. They really play physical. They force you into tough shots. They don't give you a lot of open shots, and that's just the way the game played out tonight.
Danny, when you look at the third quarter in this series that has been dominated by OKC, in the first game it was 23-19, close enough, but that gave them a 12-point lead. It was 36-27 in Game 2, and then in Game 3, 33-20. That's where they opened it up.
Yeah, it seems like the second halves have been, tough on the Lakers, and I'm going to say just the third quarter, because last game I feel like it was more the fourth quarter. They made it competitive, but ultimately couldn't score enough and also couldn't hold their other guys down. Like, they did a great job on Shea for most of the series. Other guys have answered the call. You know, tonight it was a Case and Wallace night. You know, Ajay Mitchell played great last night and he played great tonight. Isaiah Joe made big shots. Like, they continued to score even though they got the ball out of SGA's hands. Like, those other guys played well. You know, Chet scored well. They shot well. And Lakers said they needed big nights. They need all hands on deck. They needed big nights from everybody, especially their stars. And they couldn't get it from Austin and Bron. They couldn't get their rhythm going. So if those two guys for sure don't have it going, you don't have much of a chance unless your defense can give that to you. And defensively, I think they had good philosophy, but they just shot. They've been shooting very well throughout the first 3 games of this series. And it's not just SGA. It's like the other guys, time and time again, are knocking down shots.
Their bench was plus 40 tonight?
Their bench had 44 points, James.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
That's a lot of bench points.
So, big game, one of the others that Danny was referring to is Ajay Mitchell, second-year guard out of UC Santa Barbara. And unless you were watching a lot of Big West hoops, or you were Sam Presti, who went to Santa Barbara to scout someone else and ended up finding Ajay Mitchell, he called coach and said, I think we have someone that is very under the radar and not a lot of people know about. Listen, he played 7 minutes a game as a rookie in the playoffs, but this year the injuries to Jay Will and others has allowed him to kind of move into that rotation, and he has made the most of it. He is now starting for OKC with Jay Williams out, and tonight, big game, again, no answer for him. 24 points on 10 of 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. He also had 10 assists, and he plays tough D with 3 steals.
In the right situation, in the right time with this team. Yeah, off the bench is like they don't lose a step.
You say wherever he goes. He's there in Oklahoma City for the next 2 or 3 years. They have him, I think, at the cheapest deal you can find.
Second-year player.
Yeah.
Second-round draft
They have him like under like a Bronny deal. They gave him like a 3-year, $7 million deal. So he's coming back for like 2.4. And you got to give them credit. You know, from the front office to downline to the coaching staff, Dagnall did a great job of calling the right guys. Last game was Jared McCain. I mean, he's been consistent. But this kid was a steal of the draft. You know, putting up 24 and 10 in a playoff game is remarkable. And not many people saw this coming, and he's been doing that all year. And again, they have him for cheap for the next couple of years. They can continue to get better and build with this kid and the other guys that they have, and they still have other draft picks. But yeah, Lakers, man, they tried, they fought. I think they fought better the last game than the game before. It looked like they're also a little fatigued. You know, Bron is 41 years old. It's hard to ask of him to consistently do it night in, night out to give you 30 and 40 points. That's just too much to ask of a 40-year-old. They're just outmatched, man. They have a lot. They didn't have the depth that the Thunders have. The Thunder has a lot with them. Their starting lineup and their bench, and they have so many guys that they can call on to step up and make plays like Ajay Mitchell did.
Yeah, this is one of those nights, James, where you needed Austin Reeves and LeBron James to have big games, and you can credit